Hi, everyone.
Hey, guys.
Hello, and welcome to Bahalaka Podcast.
The Bahalaka Podcast.
The BK Pod.
The BK.
Have it your way.
Have it your way.
Podcast.
Whopper, double Whopper.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored
at all.
Unfortunately.
Bahalaka Podcast.
Guys, we're in a new space.
Yep.
I moved back home.
Yes.
So I'm still settling in and still trying to get everything together. But, I mean, look at this background. It looks pretty good, right? It looks pretty good.
Well, if you're watching it, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good. If
I
you
got
are,
all my plants here.
if you're listening, if you're just listening, we have we're in Reden's new/old room.
Yeah.
Surrounded by many of his plants. It's like a little jungle in here, a little jungle corner.
There we go. And guys, we had a little bit of a technical issue for last week's episode. We had the camera, which is giving us the video part. Its mic was on somehow, so but I figured it out maybe about 4 minutes in, so I had to cut that out, and we had to record a new intro. But we got to do our usual little thing there, and our plant that we wanted to introduce was Percival.
This is Percival. So
AKA
I'm holding
Percy.
Percival right now currently.
He is a Peperomia obtusifolia,
Mm-hmm.
AKA he's kind of like a half succulent, half regular houseplant, and he's a big boy. He's been through a lot.
Yes.
But yeah, before we get into the episode, we just wanted to go ahead and say thanks again for all the love and support that you've been giving for the Bahalaka podcast. We've been getting so many kind words, but also some very critical words. If you haven't been keeping up with our other socials outside of what you're listening to, we're also on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on YouTubes, where we might do some videos sometime
In the
soon.
future.
That'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
But our main ones right now are going to be Instagram and TikTok as like our non-podcast social media.
Yes.
And one of our posts blew up.
Yeah. Which is great.
50K likes, or not 50K likes, 50K views. Just under 1K likes. Lots of comments on there. I'm sorry that we don't know the inflation of a 1950s economy in America.
Costed is a word, everybody.
And costed is a word.
Costed is a word. I had to look it up. Okay.
It might not be the word that you use in your everyday vernacular,
But costed is grammatically correct.
in that context that we had on that clip.
And also, it's just casual talk. We're not really worrying about how to say things correctly.
Yeah.
Anyways. So
I'm sorry
stop
that
coming at us.
We got death threats. We got
No,
we got death threats because I didn't know what a dollar was in 1955.
We are called.
So I actually have to move out of this house again, and I'm moving to freaking. I had to contact an agency to get me some new identity. So thank you very much for all of the hate that you are spewing against me. Thank you very much. No, but in all honesty, guys, all jokes aside, thank you again so much for the love. We are getting near to 100 followers on Instagram and near to 100 actual listeners of the podcast.
Yeah.
So, thank you so fucking much.
Yes.
Truly.
Fucking thank you. Thank you,
and
bro.
We'll see you next week, and I hope you all have a wonderful week.
Yeah. We'll be continuing after this little clip. We'll be continuing the rest of the podcast. Audio, video, that actually works well.
Yeah.
So enjoy the rest of the episode.
Enjoy, guys.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If it's like a weird audio wise, we'll keep it. I think it'll be fine. But yeah.
I don't know how you came up. I just asked you when you were doing dishes, like, what topic ideas do you have? And you're just like, dating apps.
Yeah.
How we met. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
I think for people that are coming into this for the first time, I think it's nice to know how we came about this, because we get a lot of compliments about us.
Yeah.
They're like we're like the number one love team, but like not
Sure.
like but not a fake love team,
No.
an actual.
We're not dating for the brand. At least that's what I think.
And I just think that I'm fortunate to have such a relationship because I get a lot of people that like compliment our relationship. I don't
Me
know.
too.
I don't know if you get the same thing.
I don't get it as much as you do. Oi.
Oh,
Wait,
toast.
Cheers to us, I guess.
What are you drinking?
Throat coat tea again.
I'm drinking green tea. I need some caffeine. It's been a long day, and it's gonna be even longer after this. But
Yep.
here we go. Cheers for those of you that are drinking along with us. Cheers to you too.
Ang init pa.
Yeah, it's very hot. And yeah, where was I going with this? Essentially, like,
I think a lot of our in our social circle.
Yeah.
People are very happy that we found each other.
yeah,
But I think even some people that we know don't know that of the story of how we met
yeah,
or anything.
and
The people who are closer to us for sure know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we got lucky through
Yes.
dating apps, and
Dating app.
we just think that it'd be a nice time to talk about it because I feel like, yeah, we'll talk about it more. But essentially, 2020 definitely opened up a whole lot of downloads on that app store.
You're right.
for-
Especially people can't go out and meet in person. So
Yeah.
kind of have to rely on dating apps and communicating through there and making plans for whenever you are able to.
So
Go
for this
out.
episode, we'll be just talking about like dating apps, dating culture.
How its impact on dating nowadays.
Yeah. And again, we're not going to be super, you know,
We're not professionals.
we're not
on all of
professionals. This
This
is just our opinion.
This is what we
and-
know.
And like, I don't think we're going to be saying anything very profound.
I hope not.
I feel like we're in the majority of what people think. And if we're not, let us know. So there it is.
There it is.
Dating apps,
Yes.
yay or nay?
Yay.
Yeah.
I think it really just depends on who you are as a person and how much effort you're willing to put in to your profile and how long you expect to be on the apps. Because and also it depends on your intentions. Are you doing it casually? Or are you actually looking for something serious? Or is it just to hook up with somebody? You know?
And
Is
there,
that-
what?
Is casual and hooking up, are those two different things in your opinion?
No, those are different things.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Those are different things. Hooking up goes into casual, goes into serious. There's a chain there.
Okay.
Because I mean, we'll talk about it later. But you said you were looking for something casual.
Okay, we'll get there later. Oh, okay. Before you were on the app, what was your opinion about it?
Well, all my relationships prior were founded through in-person interactions, and that's all I really knew.
Yep.
I knew that online dating was starting to take off, especially apps like Tinder.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of it because I thought that I wasn't old enough to really use it to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And then also I had this sort of belief that dating apps, mostly Tinder, because I only really knew of Tinder as
Me
like
too.
the dating app. It was just used for hookups and for casual sex, and I didn't really want to do that.
I remember when it first came out, it really was like for all kinds of relationships. Then as time went on, it ended up being considered as the hookup app.
Right. And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
For a majority of people, I assume they are just looking for a hookup or for a fun time because they're new to the city or they're only going to be in the city for a short time.
Yeah, it's your life. You do what you want.
But some people do find some strong, everlasting relationships via any of the apps that we're about to talk about.
Yeah. Again, all of these things, it requires effort on both sides, whoever you're talking to.
And just open communication.
Yeah. So if it works out, it works out.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I think, how much do you agree with this statement? If a person wants to date in 2023, if a person wants to date someone in 2023, they need a dating app of some sort.
Oh, this is what we talked about last night, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like agree slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it depends on how much. I'm gonna keep repeating this because I really think this matters. It depends on how much effort you're willing to put in into all of this and how committed you are. Because if you don't like the whole cycle of talking to someone new or how many matches you'll get or whichever, it might not be for you. But that also means you have to put in more effort out there in person.
Right. But there's also a lot of like, see, my mindset towards it is that if you aren't, again, this does not apply for everybody.
Yes.
Because a lot of people aren't glued to their phones all the time.
Yeah.
But if you are serious about looking for a relationship, you're going to be on the apps regardless.
Yeah, and it just helps out.
Yeah. And if you're not looking for a relationship at that current time, you're probably not going to be on the apps.
Probably.
Yeah.
But then there's some certain apps where it's just like, it's not even just dating, it's finding friends. Doesn't Bumble do that?
Bumble does do that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I never even looked on that side of the...
I don't know how well that part is doing. All I ever hear from Bumble is for the actual dating part, not the whole friend thing.
Mm-hmm. And I know there are other apps other than just Tinder. Mm-hmm. There's Bumble. There's Hinge. Which are I think those are the main three. Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Those are the main three
I'm actually aware of.
Yes. The ones that are most commonly used by the everyday person.
Yes.
Of course, there are
That's
some
looking
more.
To date.
There's some other ones, but we're not really going to be talking about those.
What are the other?
I don't know, like Christian Mingle, Farmers Farmhand.
Ashley
Madison.
But the main three is Tinder, Bumble, Hinge.
Yes. What about Discord? How's that?
Discord?
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. It's for my gamers out there. Some little Discord action. Yeah. I think they're very helpful.
I think so too.
I got this from Aziz Ansari's book that he wrote a long time ago. Mm-hmm. It's called Modern Romance. It just talks about dating in the digital age. It's backed up by a lot of science.
I read this for sociology in college.
It's a great read.
It's really good.
I still think all of it is very applicable today. Yes. Pretty much using dating apps is like being in the world's biggest bar. And you get to pick and choose who you get to talk to, or at least try to approach. Granted, I have never approached someone at a bar, yet alone go to bars often. Mm-hmm. But I kind of get it. I feel like on dating apps, you're able to easily pick and choose what you want, or what you're interested in.
What you think you want.
Mm-hmm. What you think you want, exactly. Because you never know. Someone might change you up. Like you. And
what's nice is that if you're going to use the bar analogy, what's nice about dating apps is that if it is basically a big ass bar that you walk in, what's nice is if you look at someone, their whole profile is like there.
Yeah.
And you get to see if this person's for you. It's easier compared to just going in person to a bar, and you just have to you figure that out through conversation, who they are.
Exactly.
And stuff. So that dating apps do make it easier to, look at what you said, help you pick and choose what's suitable for you.
And we talked about this a little bit last night with Sean, and Sean said that dating apps are like the broker for your relationships or your potential relationships, because they take
The
out
middleman.
they take out the frustrations of like, oh, are they just being nice, or
Are they single? Are
they
they
single,
taken?
or are they, are they willing to be? Is it okay for me to like strike up a conversation with them?
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone on dating apps is on the dating apps for finding a relationship of some sort,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to guess about that. It's known.
Yes.
So that factor is completely out, and that makes it a lot easier for people to go for it.
Yep. Very true. Oh man. I'm just thinking about all the apps. I think I was just on Bumble and Hinge. Did you ever try Tinder?
No, I did not download it a single time.
Me either.
Mm-hmm.
I also think for some people it's just, I mean, I think some of the apps they're doing well to be like user friendly. I think out of all of them, Bumble was more.
Yeah.
I think Bumble was more fun when we used it. I used to think the layout of Hinge was kind of boring.
Yeah, Hinge was like I was reading like the New York Times
Okay.
on the phone.
Yeah.
And it felt a little snobby to me.
Yeah. I didn't like the whole giving roses to someone.
I don't even know how it works. I just didn't like how it looked. The black and white, it just made me feel like I was reading a newspaper.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe it's different now, but
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
But there really is a lot. There, like what you've mentioned so many times last night, there's a science when it comes to creating your profile, because like
there is.
Yeah.
and
there
both
really is.
thankfully both you and me really took time to
Yes.
to do that, because I am a guilty pleasure of mine is I like to go through and sit with someone that is on a dating app, my friends that are girls, and I just like to scroll with them and see what they see,
I used to well, I was in a relationship at the time still, so when some of my friends were were on the apps, and I would just be curious, I'm just like, can I swipe with you?
Yeah. And it's just so mind blowing to see like they pause on someone that like you definitely have to skip, or like, or vice versa. Like they're about to skip it and I'm like, wait. That guy has potential for you. Or like, wait. That girl's kind of cute. Wait, hold on. Just hold on a bit. You're thinking you're going too fast. Dude, the swipe motion is too crazy.
Yes.
The and we talked about this, like dating apps, they really just prey on the human mind.
Yep.
But like, despite them preying on the human mind and its wants and needs, I ultimately think dating apps are doing a good thing. It's connecting people together.
It is.
Um,
Again, it depends on your
Yeah.
opinion on it. We're really speaking from our experience, and
yeah, I feel like we need to get sponsored by Bumble to come write a story about us, because we lived so close to each other, and
15 minutes
we
away.
never would have found each other if it wasn't for this
app.
app.
Yep.
But let's just backtrack here a bit, just because I'm getting sidetracked here. But there are factors to a successful profile,
Yes.
I think, and
It's
we'll talk
not-
about ours later.
Yeah.
But
It's not just answering the prompts that you could even pick and choose the prompts from what I remember, right?
yeah,
And answer them as you
Yeah.
will. But sometimes it's not just like a simple answer. You really need to think about it, because other people are going to read those answers and they're going to formulate their own opinion of you and figure out if they want to swipe left or right on you.
I think before you even answer the prompts, you gotta just dig deep into yourself and just think, what kind of person do I want to attract?
Mm-hmm.
I thought about that. What kind of person do I want to attract?
I don't think I thought about that.
Yeah. And think about how much effort do you want to put in, because you can easily tell within seconds how much effort a person put into their profile. People are swiping within seconds, and
it's not
you need to be
even-
able to make that
Yes.
strong first impression.
And it's on the first picture that you have on your profile, or sometimes they're not even that. They really just look at your first picture, and then
That's it.
if
They don't even
and
give
that's
the
it.
other the other one's a chance. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they don't like your first picture, that's it. Then they swipe left. And if they like that, then everything else has to follow up with the first picture. And if the way you answer a certain question is very boring, for me, that's a swipe left because you don't seem as interesting to me.
Or you're not trying.
Or you're not trying, and it makes you think, oh, this person's not putting in as much
They're
effort.
not taking it seriously. Why am I going to put in the effort if they're not going to put in the effort?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you also see people have the same answers for a lot of things, then it doesn't seem as genuine or unique, and you're trying to find that unique person because everyone seems to be responding the same way to certain prompts or even the pictures.
Yeah. You want to find the diamond in the rough.
Yes. Exactly.
Hey.
Hey. Yuck.
I'm going to talk about what I felt like made me successful.
Okay.
Or what makes guys' profiles successful.
Because there is a huge difference in
yes, and I
guys
talk
and
about this,
girls.
and it makes me upset because, I believe that women on dating apps have a much easier time and I don't believe that. It's a fact.
Yeah.
Women have an easier time on dating apps. Therefore, they don't need to put forth as much effort into their profile, into their conversations prior to meeting. And in general, they just don't have to try hard at all because there are so many more men on dating apps compared to women.
That's true.
Because that's just the way the world works.
Yes.
But I personally feel that there are several traits that not just for me, but just for any man or anyone looking to make a proper dating profile. I think the big one is a variety of pictures showing you doing a variety of things.
Yes.
There are so many profiles that I've seen where it's just selfies on them, and not only that, Snapchat filter selfies.
Yeah.
If you have a puppy dog ear selfie, bye.
I've seen so many women because on my feed I had both men and women for me. So I remember there were a good amount of women in their selfies. It would be Snapchat filter after Snapchat filter.
And some people feel insecure about their looks, and I totally get it.
I get it.
But you can't do people the disservice of not showing them what you actually look like and then showing up on the day of the date and not having it match up. That's a little messed up.
Yeah, I mean, unless you actually are able to get matches that way and you have a conversation and then you are able to exchange numbers and send pictures that way, but if even then, if all the pictures that you do send still has a filter on it, I think you're doing yourself a disservice there.
Yeah. I always think it's just best just to state what you want, what you're looking for, and
to be true to yourself.
Be true to yourself, and just don't lie to people on dating apps. People there, you don't know what they're going through, and they might be really looking. They might think you're the one, but if you're not, if you're just keeping it low key, keeping it casual, just looking for a hookup, and you don't tell them that until later. That's just dude, there's no shame in looking for hookups. Everyone's looking for a hookup on dating apps.
There's some people, not even some, a lot of people are honest. And even there are couples on the app saying, looking for our third.
Yep.
Just say that.
There's some crazy ones of that.
Some of them are pretty insane.
And I was I would stop and I'd be like, respect.
Yeah.
Respect to what you're trying to push here.
Yep.
I'm gonna just look at your whole profile because this is so interesting.
Yeah, I just want to look at it now.
Yeah.
I'm not considering it, but I just want to see what else you're offering.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, good luck to you, Skip.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, you look like a great couple. I hope you find your third.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, group photo. A variety of photos.
Yes.
I also think that the less selfies you have of yourself, the better. But have at least one.
1 to 2, I feel
1 to
like
2
is okay. I forget what the limit is.
And the other important thing, there's like this weird science where it's like guys, they need to be like looking off to the side, right? Or like for
All
girls,
mysterious.
they have to be like looking up at the camera,
Uh-huh.
so they appear more submissive.
Yeah.
I think that's whatever. I don't really care about that.
It works for some men.
Yeah,
All right.
but have variety in your photos, as in have other people take photos of you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good friend, Mark, who I didn't use any of his photos that he took of me, but when I was telling
I've seen these.
when I was telling him that I wanted to be on the apps, he was like, "Oh shit, yo, like I'm on this too. Let me take a little photo shoot of you." And he like gassed me up. He made me feel so good, and he like took all these like candid photos of me. He's like, "Dude, like all these are winners. You're gonna use this for your apps, for your dating apps, for your dating profile, and it's gonna be a hit, bro." Mark, thank you for taking those photos. You really gave me a lot of confidence in my early days of trying to join the apps. But so photos of you, when you only have selfies of yourself, it makes you feel like it gives off the impression that like no one hangs out with you, and that like
This is your perspective too, by the way. It's not what.
yeah, it's my perspective.
It may not be what every person thinks when they see your profile, but this is exactly what goes through your head when you were on the apps, right?
Yeah, because I like to study people and like to figure out their habits and stuff, and
We both enjoy people watching,
Yeah.
and
I can just figure out what I can figure out. I don't know. I like to think I know a person before, just off their profile. I feel like I can know a person just off that, and whether or not they would be a good fit to be around. So have someone take photos of you. Answer your freaking prompts, dude. Don't troll your answers.
yeah. Because the answers that you have could also be great conversation starters when you find your match
Exactly.
too.
I think. Yeah, I think if you're not going to answer a prompt in a thoughtful, funny, witty way, or in a very true to the heart way, just don't answer a prompt at all.
Yeah.
There are so many responses where they just kind of like give a half-assed,
Yeah.
like 1-point answer.
Because again, it shows people who read or even listen to, because there are also audio prompts.
Yeah, those
Like
are funny, dude.
I don't remember if that was. I mean, I've encountered some of those, but I don't think I ever used that either. But some of them,
Just thinking about this one TikTok where the guy was just like asking the girl in the audio prompt. He was like, "You like an Australian man? You like an Australian man?" And that's a terrible Australian accent. But then the girl replied, "Nar,
Nar.
nar."
Nar. Sorry.
Sorry.
Some of them are funny. It's really funny. But then that also, again, that shows part of your character. And if the rest of your profile fits, that's an automatic swipe to the right for me. That's correct, right? You swipe to the right.
Swipe to the right to accept, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, where else do you want to go on with that?
Have photos with your family if possible.
If possible.
Have
For me,
photos
I
with
didn't
your-
really have some with like my family and friends because I didn't feel comfortable putting them
Sure.
on my profile.
Or like a photo with like either of your parents. It'd be nice.
True, yeah.
Or also wait, it's okay to have a group photo, y'all. But please, for the love of God, do not make your first photo the group photo. Because then I'm like,
Because you don't know who you're looking
which
at.
one's Sarah? There's like 10 women in this photo. Which one's Sarah?
Yeah, you most likely would want your first picture to be of you, and then the group photo or
Yeah.
other stuff comes later. And yeah.
So yeah, we'll talk about that. And again, it's just our opinion.
It's just our opinion.
We were on the apps for a very small amount of time collectively. We'll talk about it later.
Mine was even smaller.
Mine was even small, but like in total, it was around a month.
For
in
you-
total,
for you and
me,
I?
you and me combined, it was like
I
a
thought
month.
yours was longer.
I don't remember. I thought I was on the app for only a month. I don't remember. Do you know?
I know
How do you know?
For myself. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
how long I was on it.
I think I was only on there for a month.
Okay.
You're only on there for?
2 to 3 hours. And then I matched with you.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I've had other matches. No matches with any woman, unfortunately. It's okay. But yeah, there was like 2-3 matches with like other guys, and then you came along.
Yeah. So let's just rewind here.
Okay.
And we'll just go back to August of 2020 or September of 2020, whichever one you want.
August.
August?
Oh, August?
No.
What do you mean, October?
Well, for me, I think I started late August.
Okay, so we're starting when you started.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And I was interested in dating again. I broke up. I was in a relationship that ended
Beginning of 2020.
like a year prior, like over a year prior, and I hadn't really looked for a relationship.
Yeah, this is like focus on yourself phase.
This is focus on myself phase, growing out my buzzed hair phase.
Yeah.
Adjusting to living away from my parents phase.
Mm-hmm. It was for you. You did all the things you did was for you.
Yeah, working on myself.
Yep.
And surviving the pandemic.
Yep.
And preserving my mental health.
Yep.
And I was ready. I was like, all right, your boy's ready to hit the slopes that we call dating. And what helped propel me to go towards Bumble is one, I liked the concept of the woman messaging first.
Yes.
Because in a very male-dominated space, it'd be nice to make sure that the woman feels a little bit more safe and has a little bit more power in this regard, because I didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable. But then also, for selfish reasons, I wanted them to want me. Because I can go out and, show off my interest to woman after woman. But I think in the long run, I feel like that would make me more unhappy, because I was, getting rejected, or it wouldn't last long. I had that kind of fear that, like, if I don't do something like Bumble, it's never going to really work out, or it might just make me more accustomed to just having it be quantity over quality. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
And I just wanted to make sure that, like, yeah, the woman was comfortable. But also, it's cool that they get to message me first, because then I know, like, they're actually interested. And also, number two, the reason why I got on is because one of my coworkers, who I don't work with anymore, she was on the same dating app, and she really thought that I would kill it on there.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'll do it tonight, I guess. Next day, oh god, I made one. I saw you on there. I skipped you, of course.
We're just friends.
We're just friends.
We're just coworkers.
And y'all, it was like low-key an addiction. I would spend so many hours on the toilet or in bed, just like, power going, and it was bad. I was like, oh no. I think a good thing about me, though, was that I was very selective. I feel like most men, when they go on dating apps,
They'll take anything.
they'll just, I've seen this, like, on, like, viral viral memes where like the guy is just going right on every single
and these like
every single person.
the person taking videos like inside they're like a restaurant or something,
Yeah.
and they can see the guy like waiting outside. He's on an app, right?
And he's going right on every single one, like not even looking at what they're trying to offer. And like it's like, y'all, I probably swiped right on like 1 out of every like 80. And that's not me being like, oh, I'm only gonna swipe right on 10s or whatever, because there were definitely some very like hot and pretty and beautiful women that I saw on the app, and I was just like, you're really hot, and I wish you the best, but like, there's no reason for me to swipe right on you because I do not see any chance of us actually like being like a couple.
Yeah. They just weren't your type or anything?
Some of them, like, I mean, like beauty wise, like sure they were my type, but like I just like, oh, they go like hiking every day.
Oh,
like,
there you go. Their interests are different from yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, got it.
Like they go hiking every day, or like, oh man, like you went to Peru, like I don't know.
It's like, oh, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
You have money.
You have money.
I can't travel like that.
And we have a mutual friend, Dre. Mm-hmm. And Dre, I don't know how much of this Dre has saved on her phone, but I would often like show her like cool profiles that I saw. Mm-hmm. And there were some funny ones. My favorite ones were the ones that were like people that were funny, or they had the same interests as me, which was pretty much like, I don't know, if you were into Dungeons and Dragons, or if you were into like movies, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so long ago. I've kind of erased it from my mind.
Yeah. But at the same time, it wasn't as many.
It wasn't as many.
As many of those matches. Okay.
And so I had a very low success rate.
Okay.
But that's fine. According to like the Modern Romance book by Aziz, Asian men and Black women have the lowest success rate on dating apps. And that's just the way the world works. Yeah. Unfortunately. But I wasn't on it for long. I was only on it for like a little bit over a month.
I thought you were on it longer, but that makes sense. I was, like I said earlier, I was only on it for 2 to 3 hours.
So why'd you choose Bumble?
I also had Hinge. Obviously, I wasn't gonna go on Tinder because again, my mindset was that people go on there for hookups, and I didn't want to just date for sex, or just I didn't want Tinder at all. I just wanted to try out Hinge, but I think I used Bumble more because I liked how it looked. Yeah,
the yellow, the pale yellow, the cream.
Yeah, it looked really nice, and it seemed, for me, it seemed like a little game.
It seemed like a game, and it also made date, like going on the app, very like very fun and very very non-serious.
Making my profile was it was a bit easier for me compared to like Hinge. I felt like like what you said, it was like looking at an article just in black and white, and it's like those college.edu articles. They have to pay a subscription to get behind. Yeah, exactly. I think even then, when I was just on it for a day, right? I think even.
But how long did it take to work on your profile?
Oh, maybe just like a couple hours. But like when I actually like was like active, I think it's because I already had the pictures.
You had them ready?
Like.
Picked out?
Or maybe like the day before I was thinking. So like the night before, it was like a Saturday. I had my pictures ready, and then I was ready to make my profile the next day. I picked them all out. I saved it in my phone, favorited all of them, had them ready, tried to figure out which prompts I would answer and how I would answer it. Then as soon as that one...
Getting it peer reviewed by your friends?
Yeah, I think...
Yeah, I had this really cringe answer for one of mine.
I think I had Adja do it. Adja's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Or maybe I already had it done, and then I was just showing her like, hey, this is what it looks like. What do you think? And she's like, oh, it looks great. Something like that. What was one of your cringe answers?
I don't know if this made it to the final draft, but there was one answer where I was like, something, something, something. I'm waiting for the RTX 3070 to be released so I can get it for my computer.
Oh, God.
So I'm waiting for more GPUs to go on the market because COVID has them on hiatus, and I need them for my computer because I want to build my computer because I'm such a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
And I like games.
That's kind of cringe.
Again, I wanted to attract what I
wanted.
And that makes sense. And I wanted a gamer.
Okay, am I not a gamer?
You're a gamer.
Okay.
I've seen your Tetris. I've seen your Tetris games. You beat me in Mario Party. You're kind of sick with it.
Yeah.
No,
we banter.
Yeah, we hop on the Scrabble board every now and then. We scrab up.
Scrab up.
We dabble in the Scrabble.
Crosswords. We do crosswords.
Crosswords. That's pretty sick. Filling in those white boxes.
I'm a gamer.
Yeah, you're a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
We're gamers. But yeah, so you're on for only 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours, like for real.
So here's the mind-blowing part. Right? How big was your radius? Like, how big was your
I did not want long distance relationships, so probably like I think the longest I put out was, or the farthest was 50 miles. But I think even then, when I did have people show up on my feed, I like for sure swiped right on some people that were, it's like only 5 to 10 miles away. I'm just like, oh, okay. Because then
Right.
you really think about it. I don't want to spend so much on gas if there is someone I'm talking to and I have to drive out to them. So that's far.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to deal with that. But yeah, I think it was 50 miles.
Well, what's mind-blowing to me is the fact that you were on the app supposedly for only over 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But how many guys liked your profile in that span of time?
Definitely more than 100.
Do you know how many like mine in the span of a month?
How many?
Less than 10.
Oh, but don't forget, for me, it's okay. But for me, it wasn't just guys.
Even so.
Yeah.
Even
well,
so.
Mine was a mix.
I had more time.
Men and women.
And I even upped that distance to like 100 miles.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you have to change your age range too a little bit, or no?
Yeah, because at first, I was 25 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my age range was like 23 to 28.
I think you're 26.
Either way, I didn't want to dip below 23.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to date someone that was so much younger than me. And, some people date with that age gap. But
Yep.
for me personally, I wanted someone that was close to age in me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, oh my God, I ran out of people to swipe on with. And then I switched it to like 21. And then like all of those, I was just like, oh no. These are children in my eyes. These are children. Like the aesthetics, the answers to questions. I'm just like, we would never get along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It totally changed when I switched ages. And then I also went the other way. I was like, all right, what's 30 got to offer? And then I saw completely different looks too when I hit the 30 age range. Because when you hit 30, things get serious. Things get desperate.
These people own homes.
These people own homes. These people are looking for their one.
They have kids already.
Exactly. I saw a lot of that too.
Yeah.
Which is, I was like, hey, good
I
for
saw
you.
a lot of single moms.
And dads.
I wasn't ready to become a stepmom though.
Yeah. There were some people who were like, they had a kid,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like, they were very upfront about it. And I was like, oh, very good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. But then there were some, they would like hide it. They'd be like,
How would they hide it?
Like-
If it's on their profile.
it'd be like towards like the bottom.
Oh, okay. So you only know if you get
Like,
to the bottom.
I have a kid. If it's a deal breaker, just swipe left.
Okay. Okay, I'll swipe right.
But like,
I'm kidding.
I don't know. That's your child.
That is your kid.
You like tell the people up front. Because some people.
You help
would-
make that.
Yeah. It's for, like, but respect to those that aren't on there and they're looking for
You
love
have
again.
kids.
And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I also made the app, and I mean, you mentioned so many times, like I've written down that I've chose the answer that I was looking for a casual relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I told you this, but the reason why I did it was because I was I really was looking for a casual relationship at the time, but I was angry with my ex at the time. And so I wanted to do it to see how successful I would be. I'm very successful now. So it's okay.
You wanted to get payback at your ex?
Yeah, I wanted to get payback at my ex to show that I am very attractive and everything, to show him what he was missing out. But then it turns out, no, I actually want someone that wants me for me.
Yeah.
And so I put down casual relationship thinking that that's what I wanted. But then as I kept on, again, I was on the apps for a very short amount of time, but even though when I was on it, I was looking for, I kept seeing exactly what I wanted. And I'm just like, I can't do casual. I'm like, I actually want a long-term relationship with someone who actually wants me.
Yeah.
You know, and wants to be with me. And then when I found you, I was just like, oh, hey, he's really cool. And then all of my intentions before, gone.
I think you're the one. I think you swiped right on me first. Because
I did.
When I
sent an emoji to one of your pictures.
Yeah.
That was it.
It was my cover photo. Because when I swiped right on you, it was like immediate. So like I didn't have to wait. Mm-hmm. So we like, immediately jumped into a chat. But
I think you said you got excited when you saw that we both matched.
I think that was my... was that my first one? Maybe it was like my second one. Mm-hmm. It was my first one to happen like live.
Okay.
Like right, like I've never...
It's not like you got a notification saying you got a match.
Yeah. Like I saw the animation. I was like, oh, shit. What's like what happened? But let's talk about our profiles a little bit.
Okay.
Like mostly the bio.
Oh God, what did I have in my bio? Was it the Lily Pichu one?
Yeah.
Okay. So my bio, I think I said I'm a Filipino Lily Pichu, because I still do love her. She was like one of my role models at the time, looks wise, and I just think she's really successful. So
yeah, and she's doing her own thing on the internet creator space, and
I love her personality. She's very fun, very cute.
And you love her boyfriend too.
I love Michael.
Are they fiancés now? No, not fiancé yet.
No.
Okay.
I want to go to their wedding if they do.
And then for me, I had something along the lines of like, "Hi, I've probably."
Why do you put on that voice?
My Riz. It's my Riz.
That's not what I had in my head when I was reading your profile.
Okay, I'll say it how I thought. I was like, "Hi, I've probably made your coffee before.
So gross.
I'm an inspiring storyteller.
That's not how I hear it.
Something. And lover of something I don't even know.
Movies. A24, I think.
Of A24.
Okay.
Plant. No, I wasn't on Plant Dead yet. Not really.
Not yet. I think you had a picture.
I had a little bit. I had a few plants. Yeah. But anyway, that was my pickup line. Hi. Probably made you coffee.
Okay. I didn't read it that way. Okay. I read it more like nerdy.
Like,
hi. In my head.
I've probably made your coffee before.
Yeah, kind of like that. A little bit deeper though.
I'm Peter Parker.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood barista.
You should have put that. That would have been nice.
I don't like Marvel. You know this.
I know. But you watch it with me, so thanks.
I do. Speaking of Marvel, we need to watch that series with the Olsen girl.
WandaVision?
No.
Love and Death.
Is it the...
It's Love and Death.
The fair one? We need to watch that. I don't know if it's out yet.
Should be coming out soon.
Let's watch it. I love that type of stuff.
I love Elizabeth Olsen.
She cool.
She mommy.
Cool. She mommy. For real.
For real.
Pedro is daddy.
Yes.
He's papa. He's papa.
Pedro's papi chulo.
And yeah, I liked my profile. I
loved my profile. I had a meme at the end.
Yeah, you had like the Kermit with like all like the
heart emojis.
The heart emojis like flying out. Yeah. I would have, we should have downloaded Bumble back just so we can look at our profiles and just like look at them in front of us, but
It's okay.
I
mean, I had a screen recording of your profile, so I could show it to like Adja or something.
I wish I could see yours though.
I don't understand why I didn't screen record my own profile. I think it was. Yeah, I didn't save pictures or anything of my profile, but The only other person who has actually seen it was probably my sister and Aja, because with Aja I was screen sharing when she was just watching me go through matches and everything.
But yeah, I mean, we started off. The first thing that you said to me, or that I said to you, because you didn't say anything to me first. You just sent the heart emoji.
I sent an emoji with like, it was
which is technically not a message.
Okay, but it worked, didn't it?
So if anything, I put in the work. So anyway, so I said. So Lily Pichu is part of a content creator organization called Offline TV or OTV.
Yes.
And I was like, "Hey yo,
any offline TVers
in the chat?" And then he said, "Hey yo, me, hand waving emoji." And that day I was actually pretty busy.
You were
with my niece's
birthday party,
first birthday.
Yes.
And Dungeons and Dragons later that day that I was DMing, and I made the slick move. I was like, "Hey, would love to talk right now, but actually I got to go stream D&D. If you wanted to watch, here's my Twitch handle."
Yeah, he gave me the link and everything.
And then you were going off to Din Tai Fung as well.
Yes, I was going out to dinner with my family, and the whole time I was still glued to my phone. I mean, I was still going through people on the swiping through people on my feed, but I just kept going back to your profile, and I was just like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna like look at this guy's Twitch just because he's streaming right now. So I was watching, because at least when you said that to me, I had the opportunity to hear and see what you look like, and just see how you are with other people.
Yeah, because I mean, dating apps, they have a lot of it figured out, especially with like audio prompts. But like, really, it's nice to be able to see what a person actually looks like and like what they sound like.
Yep.
I wasn't 100% sure what you were gonna sound like, even though you had voice bits on your Insta and
my
stuff like that.
Instagram, but then yeah, because I mean,
it was a performative voice, but
we can come back to it. But we eventually gave each other our Instagram handles, and I had videos of me, but like some of it were like voiceovers. But that's not actually, again, like you said, it's a performative voice. I think I'm putting it on right now.
Sure, and it'll go over time. But so I gave you my Twitch handle, and I started upstream, and you were able to watch me from afar. Yes, essentially.
I was just like,
yeah.
I
knew you were gonna watch. So like I definitely tried really hard that episode.
Yeah. You didn't even know if I was gonna watch the whole thing, because I think I even told you it's okay, I'm going to dinner, or something like that. Yeah.
How much did you end up watching?
Probably like about 15 minutes of it in total, because I know I kept coming back to it to see how long you were streaming for. So whenever I did come back to it, I'm like, wow, it's already been like an hour or two has passed and they're still going. I was only getting a taste of what I was signing up for.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, and then I eventually, the Bumble messaging system, it's okay, but I generally made the mistake of like messing up on like replying to myself in the thing, and like I didn't really, and I made like the boomer excuse. I was like, yeah, I don't know how Bumble's messaging system works. Can we just like message each other on Instagram? And you're like, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, well, I was like, okay, here it is. And we're messaging each other on there, and then that gave me I love stalking people's profiles.
Don't get me started. It's not just people's profiles, it's people's whole thing. Their entire life history.
It's like who he's tagged in, and then I go to those people's profiles. I see what they're tagged in, and then all of a sudden all these details are coming into my head. I'm making my own opinion of who this person is, of who this guy is. And then probably for you were just looking at my stuff, and then that was it. Right?
Yeah, for your so like when I went to your Instagram, I honestly like only looked at like the first 3 pictures.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I'm done.
What were they?
I don't know.
It was one of my videos, like my poetry or something, right?
Yeah.
My graduation one.
Yeah.
And then probably some selfies or something. I don't know.
But then how long did we talk on just in general before we had our first date?
A week and a half.
I think that's a appropriate amount of time.
No, it is. It's a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not guessing. I know.
You know?
I know. Because I know around Tuesday or Wednesday we were already. So we were talking already on Bumble and on Sunday, and we're saying goodnight and everything, and then we gave each other's Instagrams that night as well. The next day, it was Monday, right? So we're talking to each other on Instagram. You even say, "Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get? What can I get for your order?" or something like that. And so I said my order, but then I also said, and perhaps even your phone number.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
did that. You responded with your own Riz move.
Hey, it turns out I could flirt. We both could flirt. We still flirt with each other now, at least.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
Yeah, and then we had our first date, and I think we'll just close out this episode by just talking about our first date.
Okay.
And just how good of a time it was, because thanks to Bumble
Thanks to Bumble for introducing us.
for introducing us together and for keeping us together. And thank you, Bumble. Don't forget to use discount code Bahalaka for your free 10 mega swipes. I don't know.
I don't know. What it's called. I don't know what it's called. Your stings.
Your stings.
They're a bumblebee.
Your honey pots.
Your honey pot.
But it was a good time.
It was good. Well, like, first of all, I had a lot of expectations because, like, our conversations through text, we never called each other. We never FaceTime each other this whole time. It was just through text.
No, I think that's kind of weird to FaceTime someone before you actually meet them in person.
Some people, it works. They want to see their face and everything. But for me, I didn't really think about it as much. There were times where I accidentally press, like, the phone call button or like, close to, because, you know, it shows up on the texting app and stuff, and it didn't come. I didn't try to like call you or anything, or you didn't try to call me, but I enjoyed our texts, and how you talked to me, the things that you would say. It showed how committed you were and how serious you were about a lot of this, and we were just getting to know each other. And so even when we were planning our first date, it was very cute because you just sounded nervous.
Yeah, because this was my first actual date.
That you're actually looking forward to?
Through Bumble.
Yeah.
And this is with a complete stranger.
Yeah.
That all my previous relationships, they kind of started because we were friends first. Mm-hmm. So this was a first for me. And yeah, we just met up at a restaurant that we both liked. Mm-hmm. That was very cute.
Yep, good food.
And we ate, and I only really remember we talked a lot about our schooling.
Yeah.
and our Filipino backgrounds.
Yeah.
And our family.
It got deep.
It got deep.
I wasn't expecting to talk about all those things, but I knew I was having a hard time because in my head, I think I was overthinking a lot about, wow, he's really coming up with different topics and everything, and I just feel like I'm answering them, and then the only way I can contribute is like, what about you? Mm-hmm. What was school like for you? And I just felt like I wasn't putting in as much effort as you were. But then I'm also thinking, oh, I hope it doesn't make him seem like, or make him think that I'm not as interested, because I am. I'm just super nervous right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely could feel that you were nervous as well. But like, I wanted to just come across as just someone that was just like really in it. Because I was really interested in what.
But we were both very nervous.
We were both very nervous. And then also, can you talk about the way that we sat?
Oh, like the way that we sat. Because, typically people want to sit across from each other.
Especially on a first date. They want that distance.
Date. Yes. And how we first sat at the table. So it's a corner. It was this weird corner. So it's like an L-shaped bench. And then it's a table. And across from you, there's just like one chair. For whoever.
Right.
Like
so rather than us sitting like across from each other like this,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I sat like here.
Yeah, you almost sat across from me. I went all the way into the back. I went onto the bench and I sat in the back. And then I can't remember if you asked like, oh, where would you like for me to sit? Or you did. I can't remember if you asked first or you just went for it.
No, I went for it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sitting right next to you was not going to be the play.
Yeah.
And sitting across from you was just too passive. So I wanted to...
And the table was a bit wide.
It was a bit weird, too.
So you were, like, already far away.
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, I did kind of see you. I saw the cogs churning in your head, and then kind of hesitating a bit, and then all of a sudden you sat next to me. Not right next to me, but
at the head of the table.
Yes.
Essentially. There's
not across from me for sure.
Right. But I mean, nowadays we always sit next to each other, not across from each other. If possible.
If possible, and if not, the same format as it was in our first date.
Yeah.
And that kind of set the foundation for how we would sit at restaurants and stuff.
The thing about this date, which I thought was really nice, is that both of us contributed to what we were going to be doing that day. Because the restaurant was my idea. And then the next thing that we did was...
I think the restaurant was actually a mutual thing.
Mutual thing.
I think it's because we both knew the place. We knew how to get there. And we just knew how good the food was.
Right.
So I think that one was mutual.
I think it's a great first date spot for anybody.
Yes. And then...
it really sets the mood.
Yes. My contribution was going to see the sunset.
Yeah, like a nearby hiking trail.
Yeah, at the top of a mountain.
A popular one, too.
Very popular.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
We went up there.
We got boba first.
Oh, yeah, we got boba.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, let me backtrack. I think what like was really settling things for me that I really like this guy was the fact that he knew, like, because I told him that my sisters have my location, like my best friends have my location, and so when you were going to go to the bathroom, you even said, like, do you want to text your sisters and your friends to let them know that that you're doing okay? Which I was like, yeah, for sure, okay. I'll do that. I thought that was really kind of you. Cause and then I opened my phone and they're like, sis, how are you doing? Are you okay? How is it? And I'm like, everything's good. It's great. He just said all these things and he's really nice. And he's in the bathroom right now. Oh, he's coming back. Gotta go.
And then even because then I drove us to the next few locations. So then I was just like,
oh, man.
Hey, do you want to let them know that like I'm driving you around?
This is so funny just thinking about it now, knowing how in our relationship, I'm the driver.
I'm the passenger prince.
He's the passenger prince. And it's so funny because I didn't understand how you were with driving. And so when I asked, do you want to drive? I didn't understand how nervous you were about all of that, especially when we were going to a place, my choice of seeing the sunset. It was a place you've never gone to before. So now that I know it now, I'm just like, why did I do that?
It was fine.
You did well.
Yeah.
We got boba before seeing the sunset though. And it was very cute because when you parked and we exited the car, you were just like, want to hold hands? Asking for consent.
Yeah, because we were vibing and I was just like, I
want to make sure I'm comfy.
The first date is so pivotal. It's so crucial to like setting the tone and I just wanted to really let you know that like I was very interested. That's it. So I was like, you want to hold hands?
You did not say it like that. It was like a bit high.
You want to hold
hands?
Hey, you want to hold hands?
Hey, little lady.
Hey, little lady. Hey, mama.
Hey, mama. You want to hold my hand?
You want to hold my dexterous digits? No, I said, correct me if I'm wrong. I said, like, you want to hold hands?
No, it was, hey, you want to hold hands? It was high pitched.
Hey, you want to hold hands? And then, and I kind of asked, like, as I closed the door, and then I added on, like, only if you're comfy.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, that was not it.
I think I said, sure. And then we held hands, and I'm just like, oh my God, we're holding hands.
And then I felt like I was back in high school again.
Yeah, I felt like it was like an elementary school relationship.
Yeah.
You don't really know what being boyfriend and girlfriend entails.
Your hand was wet.
Your hand was wet.
No, it's not. I have very dry hands.
Okay, yeah, I do have sweaty hands. One of the thoughts I had when I was holding your hand, I was just like, oh my God, his hands are big. I was like, my hands are tiny.
And then
we got boba.
We held hands while we waited for the boba.
Yeah, it was just like.
And that just kind of set the tone for the sunset because that's where we got into a big bulk of our deep conversation.
Yeah, our conversation got even deeper because I just thought it was a great time, just like, like, hey, I just got out of a long-term relationship, like legit just recently. I hope you understand that I am actually looking for something long term. So I hope you don't think that anything like poorly of me. I'm just being honest with you now.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a little scared.
I know you were.
I was like, shit.
And people, even some of your family members were worried.
Yeah, I was like, shit. She just got a relationship.
Yeah.
This is probably not gonna work out. She might just like dip.
Yeah.
But thankfully you didn't.
Yeah, because I was getting more and more interested by your character. I liked how I mean, again, I was getting attention that I've always wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
And you actually liked me, and I really liked you. And so by me saying, just like confessing those things, I didn't want you to go away. It's like, please.
Well, gee. And then to end off the night after the sun had set,
it was really nice.
one of my coworkers, I had gone there like a few days prior for the first time, but one of my coworkers introduced me to this it's a mead hall. It's they do mead and ale. It's a Viking mead hall.
It's cool.
And
We still need to go back.
we need to go back.
We haven't gone since.
And we should try it again. But
Yeah.
Essentially, I went there because it was I thought it'd be nice to get drinks. And just to kind of, as you do as an adult,
Yeah, I also
you drink alcohol.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a very intimate environment.
Yeah, it wasn't too loud. There was like
Yeah.
no harsh music playing. We
Yeah.
could actually hear each other talk. It was very quiet. It was very low key.
Not a lot of people. There weren't like rowdy people, bar fights, none of
But
that.
the main thing I wanted to go there for it was because my coworker told me that out of the board games that they have tied away in the corner, there was Harry Potter trivia. And I knew that she liked Harry Potter, and I've read the books and stuff and watched all the movies, so I wanted to test her knowledge, and she knew a lot more than me. And we just kind of stayed there for like a little bit over an hour.
Yeah,
drank.
I haven't at the time. I mean, still now, I don't drink as much. It's really on social occasions, and so I'm a lightweight for sure.
Me too.
Yeah. I think, did we share a flight or did I get my own flight?
I don't remember.
I know one of them was like a cider
I think
or something. I got a lot more fruity
Yeah.
drinks, a flight of drinks, and
I think you got a flight and then I got a drink, like
Oh,
like a
okay.
full size drink.
yeah. I mean, we have a picture, but I think I just got a flight. I think because there were so many other flavors, I wanted to try it. Did you pay for that or
I don't remember.
did I?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. We alternate now, so when it comes to paying, or we just pay for ourselves because that's okay too. Yeah, I think when we were drinking at first, it was like across from each other, and right?
Yes,
we were
it
across
was.
from each other. But then, I think when I came back from the bathroom, we sat next to each other.
Yep. And we just got closer. That was it. And then
That was it. You're just kind of like that. He touched my thigh.
yeah.
I liked it.
And then as we walked back to the parking lot of
Yeah.
of where that bar was, I walked you to your side of the car,
Yes.
and you kind of just like waited there, like, and I waited there awkwardly because I thought I was gonna kiss you right then and there,
Yeah.
outside of the car, but it didn't happen because you kind of like looked at me weird because you were a little tipsy.
I was.
and I was good to drive at that point, but then I let you in, and I was like, oh shit, well, looks like I'm not gonna get a kiss tonight. I should have just gone for it, whatever. So then we drive back to the restaurant and we go back to the parking lot there.
Because I left my car at the restaurant.
Right.
So.
And I walk her to her car. And then we just like stare at each other awkwardly again.
Because like we were saying goodbye because we got out and.
Yeah.
I just looked at you. You walked
Well,
me
yeah.
to my
I
car.
hugged your car. I hugged you goodbye.
Yeah, but because we were already close.
Yes. And as we pulled out of the hug, I was just like, looking at her.
I was looking at him, and then.
And then you grabbed my face. And you went sicko mode on it.
right though. Yeah,
In reality, it was just like three intimate kisses.
Yeah, 3, because like the first one I went for it first because I was just like, we're already here, I really enjoyed my time, let me do this as like a thank you because I want this again. So I kissed him and we like looked at each other and I remember like we both smiled.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I think it was gonna happen.
I made the first move. Ladies, it's okay if you make the move too.
Please do.
Please do. Show that you're also powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we looked at each other when it broke away and then we went in for another one. And then like one more. I was like, okay, like this is all right, this is goodbye. Like bye. If you're someone just like you're like a third party just looking, and you're seeing this, you're just like, oh wow, they're like walking in casually back to their cars. But in our heads, especially in my head, I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, I can't believe I just fucking did that.
I was freaking out too. I remember I sat in my car and I immediately texted my sister.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, we kissed.
Yeah, I was because that day I had to for Aja, one of my best friends, I had to dog sit her dog for about a week, and and even you already knew my plan. Like after our date, I'm gonna go to Aja's house, pick up Latte, her dog, and I'm gonna watch him. And so when I was telling Aja, hey, I'm on my way. Oh my god, we just kissed. It's like, oh my god, can't wait to tell you later. See you soon. I'm leaving now. I was freaking out. I'm in the car just like, who is that? Is that still me? Hell yeah.
Overall, I thought we had a very nice, charming, romantic, cinematic date.
Mm-hmm. It was a movie.
It was a movie. And, yeah, it just made me hopeful for what was later to come.
Yeah.
Now here we are.
And here we are.
18 months later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 1 year and a half is coming up.
Yep.
In like 3 days?
Yep.
I think one of my favorite things was that I had saved one of the coasters from the meat hall.
Yeah.
And for his Christmas gift, I made a scrapbook, and inside one of the little pockets was the coaster. And
it was very cute.
And he's just like, when did you save this?
Yeah.
And I just felt like this was going somewhere, and I was thinking if things go really well, I can make like a little gift for him and add this in, just a little.
And then, as much as people thought it was too quick, a week later after that date.
Yeah, a week later.
A week later after that first date.
Yeah.
I should be my girlfriend.
On our third date.
And that was it. And they're like, "Whoa, you rushed that way too fast.
You're speed running, and what the fuck is this?"
Yeah, it's like, dude, you're going way too quickly. What the fuck? And I thought it was a perfect amount of time.
Yeah,
Well,
I thought it was too. And now again, here we are.
Here we are. Dating apps, y'all. They're good.
If it works out for you, it works out.
It works out. And honestly, like, if you're not getting good luck on the apps, that's fine.
That's okay.
You'll find love. Everyone's worthy of love and belonging. So
Yeah.
You'll get there.
You'll get there. And that's it.
Any final words?
Any final words? Nah. That's
Yeah.
it for me. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. Thank you, Bumble.
Thanks, Bumble.
We'll see you guys next week in a brand new location.
Yeah, right after this, we are moving everything out.
Yeah.
From his apartment.
So everything is going
back to his parents.
Oy, oy, oy.
So we have a lot to move on.
do.
But it's doable. We have a little bit more walls to paint, and then after that we should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, thank you for listening.
Thanks for the love and support.
Mm-hmm.
For the love and the support.
Yeah.
And people in the Philippines that are watching this, because I know there's going to be some. Salamat. Thank you.
Salamat po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and end it now.
Yep.
Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Go follow
And now
our
we're
socials.
going to go swipe left and go. All right. Bye.